Hey everyone, this is Captain Morgan.
This the realest JB.
And welcome to another episode of
Co-op Reviews.
So, today,
Yeah.
we're going to a galaxy far, far away.
Far, far away, but not far enough, apparently.
Not far enough for the fanboys.
Yeah.
Or maybe too far for the fanboys?
I don't know. It kind of just zigs and zags and zigs again. I don't know, man.
So I think I think they did a lot of good things with this movie. I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. I mean, it wasn't like the best quality Star Wars film out there, but it definitely wasn't the worst.
No, it wasn't. Only because we had the prequels, and the prequels were an interesting kind of dumpster fire. You know?
It was fun to watch.
Yeah,
it was fun to watch
it definitely
dumpster fire.
was. It definitely was, but this one I felt wasn't too inspired enough. Like it felt way too like we just made this movie to make money. You know, like a lot of the stuff in there was very cliche. I'm gonna say it. There's a lot of cliches going on in this movie.
I think Star Wars movies as a whole are very cliche, and I mean,
except for The Last Jedi.
That's
but
one
people
reason
have a problem with that.
That's one reason I really like The Last Jedi, but you know, we'll do that on a different review day. I think one of the things that I really liked about it was that they really I liked the way that they gave you the setup for Han's backstory.
Yeah.
You know, they told you everything from like where he got his name.
Everything.
You know, when he met Chewbacca and everything. And I think they're going to go more into that in the possible sequels that come after. Probably, maybe sequels.
I mean, they definitely do some interesting things to attempt to set stuff like that up, you know. But whether
they might set up a new Star Wars in between universe.
I mean, that's what they're doing now. It's like, fuck it, let's go ahead and just fill in all these gaps like Clone Wars or Rebels didn't already do on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, really. I mean, to be fair, Rebels is not the highest quality television, though.
It's definitely not, but, you know.
Clone Wars is good, though. Check that out.
Clone Wars is awesome.
But yeah, I think one of the things that I didn't like, though, is I felt like the whole first act, up until... I feel like the movie didn't really start until they met Lando. I feel like that's when the movie really started, and that was like 45 minutes in, I think.
For me, just to say, there are a lot of people in this cast. You have Donald Glover as Lando, of course. You got Woody Harrelson in this. Paul Bettany is in this.
Yep.
And of course, you have Emilia Clarke.
Emilia Clarke did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked the new guy that they got, Aaron something. Yeah, I thought he did a really good job of playing Han Solo, despite a lot of the fans not being ready for that Han Solo.
He definitely captured the tone of Han Solo for sure, you know, and even some of like the delivery that he had, which he definitely stayed away from doing like a Harrison Ford imitation.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like
he did his own thing.
Yeah, exactly. He did, and I enjoyed him as Han Solo. He was great. Everybody performed great. The performances were great. All of my issues are with the structure, and what happens.
You know, and I mean, I think one of the things I did, or I think one of the things they did well with his character was that they made him a little awkward. Like he wasn't the smuggler that we know and love.
He wasn't the super.
He had, you know, he didn't. It's like you see him as more of a real a human character because. It's like he didn't pop out of the womb being suave and
exactly. He kind of this movie definitely sets up how Han became who he was. It definitely sets that up. Like, no, he didn't start out as the suave, smooth talking, sharp shooting, you know, smuggler. But by the end of this movie, he definitely was going in the direction of that person, and you can clearly see that.
Right.
As far as our general thoughts, see it if you have a general curiosity about it. There are some structural issues, so if you can tolerate that and you like the aesthetic of Star Wars or sci-fi in general, sure, it's a good ride. Go ahead, see it.
It's a fun ride.
Yeah.
That's a good way to call it. So I think we're going to get into spoilers now. So if you haven't seen the movie, make sure you hit that pause button and come back later.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
Let's punch it into spoilers.
Okay, so I definitely did not like how this was pretty much... Han has to get one thing. Now he has to get another thing, and then they have to get another thing.
I will say one of my issues was at the about probably the first plot point when they're robbing the train, and the chick whose name clearly she didn't leave an impact on me.
Val.
Yeah, Val just ends it all.
Well,
for no reason.
See, that's what I'm getting at. Like, it's just we gotta go heist this one thing, and we all know what happens at heist. They're never like people fucking die, and then they have to heist something else and heist something else.
But what didn't make sense? What didn't make sense to me there was that she did. It's a job. It's not like her life is at stake here. Not really.
I mean, I definitely think the stakes did go from 0 to 100 real fucking quick, and it was just like, whoa, when did this become life or death? This was just supposed to be we're gonna do this last job, clear debts, and get out, and it turned to, all right, baby, I'll see you in the next life, or some Cowboy Bebop shit, and she blows herself up, and that's Woody Harrelson's love interest. So of course he has like a chip on his shoulder after that.
But they didn't even spend much time mourning her death either.
They didn't. They moved right the fuck on, right the fuck on, man. And that's the thing about this movie. It's so fast paced, like even like after the first act, there's a time skip that they barely even like acknowledge. Apparently, like enough time happened for Han to be just a full-fledged soldier who ends up defecting.
Not only a soldier, but like he was in the academy and then got kicked out of the academy, and they just glossed it over with some lines of dialogue.
Like, okay, we know that, and then apparently his love interest, Emilia Clarke's character Kira, is apparently a fucking Sith apprentice.
I think that it made sense to not show her story. Because it wasn't about her, it was a story about Han Solo.
Absolutely, but goddamn well more people are interested in that. I mean, that's the whole reason why you had the Paul Bettany double knife saber final battle, because we're all itching for some laser saber melee combat. Yep. In Star Wars, that's pretty much what it's marketed about.
So let's talk about the ending. Let's talk about that twist. I think in a way, this felt like it felt like the same kind of ending impact that the Darth Vader scene in Rogue One had. Like, like character that we know and love shows up and is just like awesome, but not enough. I needed so much more of it.
I disagree only because Darth Maul literally only had like 30 seconds of screen time.
Right.
Darth Vader was there throughout the plot, being a menace, like being that overarching authority over Krennic. Solo is just like, oh yeah, she's an apprentice to Darth Maul. I'm like, oh holy shit, Darth Maul's there, so that's great. In the cinematic in the Star Wars cinematic universe now, they're establishing that Darth Maul is alive. I'm cool with that. I already knew that because I watched Clone Wars, but it's cool. Let's establish it in the cinematic universe. I'm cool with that. And do all the fanboy shit. It's just, it was so out of left field, and it barely even left a lasting impression because, okay, now we know that Darth Maul's alive, but are they going to do anything with that information? Are they going to do anything with Kira? We don't know. All we know is that this is a Han Solo sequel, and we don't see Kira again in the movies. We don't see Darth Maul again in the movies. Though if you watch Clone Wars, you knowing what happens.
You have some idea of what's going to happen. But because I think the idea is the next movie they're setting up is the Obi-Wan Kenobi story. So I think like his life on Tatooine and working there, helping the rebellion get started, I guess.
Which he did reference in the movie. He had a job on Tatooine, probably referring to Luke and Ben Kenobi or whatever.
Right.
So I definitely understood that, and I caught that. It's just, it seemed very shoehorned in, is what I'm saying. Like, you didn't get any, like, up until that point, you just thinking, okay, Kira is working for Paul Bettany, and she had to do a whole bunch of stuff to get there, blah, blah, blah. And then the Darth Maul reveal shows up, and it's just like, okay, I did not see that coming at all. Either, like, you just wrote the whole story down, you wrote the whole script down, just like, oh yeah, and let's insert Darth Maul here.
It definitely wasn't foreshadowed in anything, really. Like, it was kind of out of nowhere. But I like the inclusion of it because it means that they're trying to make a cohesive saga out of all this stuff.
I guess I would have been cool with it just being its own thing because it's already a cohesive saga. It's a story about Han Solo. It can't not be a cohesive saga. You didn't have to put Kira and Darth Maul and all that crap in there. That could have definitely been its own thing, and it definitely was its own thing. It's its own awesome thing that did not needed to be shoehorned into this movie. And that's, I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it, you know, but at the same time, if you take that scene out entirely, the movie would have been the same.
I think I agree with that for the most part. I really liked the cameo. Tell us what you guys think.
Yeah.
What did you think about the cameo at the end? And did you feel like it was just kind of stuck in there, or do you think it added to the plot in a way that maybe we didn't mention and talk about?
Yeah. One thing I do want to bring up now is how Han got all of his Han stuff. Like this movie was literally like a checklist of, okay, how he got his jacket, check. How he got his gun, check. How he got his shit, check. How he got his first mate, check.
Millennium Falcon and
Chewie, just.
They didn't show Chewie getting his bowcaster though. I need the movie where Chewie gets the bowcaster.
Chewie's freaking big ass.
They did. I think they did show it at one point during the escape scene. One of the other Wookiees had a bowcaster.
Why possibly did
it was like in the background though. It was like in it for a second. But
okay.
They never like used it.
I definitely liked how he met Chewie. And I didn't know that he.
That was a really fun little scene.
I didn't know that he knew the language.
I didn't know he could speak the language.
I thought he just gargled like his own blood or something, or like some water. But he's like I'm like, holy shit, he's speaking the language and they're fucking talking in that shit. I'm like, whoa, bro. Like, imagine Han and Chewie by themselves, like there's no one else around, and they're just like it's hilarious. I just want to see that now. Really, what I wanted. If you would ask me what I want in a standalone Han Solo film, I would just be like, just give me Han and Chewie. They're going on their random Han and Chewie adventures. I could watch that for like 3 hours straight.
They did also show the Kessel Run, which was cool.
They did show the Kessel Run.
I mean, I thought it was a fun ride.
No, it was definitely dope. I definitely liked all of it, even down to the droids freeing all the slaves.
L3 was great. L3 was funny.
Like, no, that's the thing. Like, L3 is one of my favorite characters in the film because she's the only one questioning, like, bruh, like, I'm a droid. I am sentient as fuck. Why am I'm not your slave.
I feel like they didn't use her character enough. I would have loved to see more of her character.
They didn't at all. Now she's apparently the mainframe of the Millennium Falcon.
Which makes those scenes where R2 is like talking to the Millennium Falcon later a little more, I don't know, a little deeper.
I don't know. I feel like she would have been feeling like his thoughts with like radical views, like don't listen to those humans, like do your own thing. You're just an object.
R2 always does whatever he wants though.
That's
I think.
Very true. Very true.
R2 is a rebel. True rebel. The truest rebel of them all.
Come on, R2. Hey, don't give me that attitude.
But it was a Star Wars movie, so it will always be filled with camp.
Oh, man, so much camp. But you know what? I enjoyed the camp.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the camp so much. And Woody Harrelson's character double crosses him.
Yeah.
Right? Well, he like triple crossed everybody.
Right.
Like it wasn't like the first time this is literally like he double crossed him. Shit would go around. Shit like went awry, and then he's like, "Oh, never mind. I didn't mean to betray you, dude. Come on.
I'll just triple cross you.
I'm betraying you again." So on
who would have seen that one?
On like the triple cross, Han just says "fuck it" and shoots him.
Shoots first. Han shoots first.
Han.
Star Wars
first.
Canon.
It is canon.
Says that Han shoots first.
It is canon. Well, it's canon right, motherfucking now, because he definitely shot him first.
Yep. Well, tell us what you think. Tell us your thoughts. Did you like the movie? What did you like? What did you hate? And let us know, what you guys think. And we'll see you on the next episode of
Co-op Reviews, motherfucker. I mean, Mace Windu. Where's my Mace Windu story at? That's what I want to know.